ESOPs, by the mere mention of the word and by the pure definition, stock options basically. I mean, besides the core team, the core founders of startup, I think why would anybody come to a startup? So I think if you're a possible recruit, you want to join a startup. So there are two ways to look at it. That okay, startups use ESOP as a tool to acquire the elite talent, because most of that talent, let's say if they are senior guys at an A industry or a B industry, a startup would not, or in most oftentimes cannot afford their salaries or perks which they have at a large corporation. But then you sort of balance it out by dishing out ESOPs, which is the commitment from a employer to the employee, saying that you'll make a lot of money if you all succeed together. And at the end of the day, that's a big thing. If you historically go back to all the companies that have been startup at one point in time, be it Yahoo and Googles of the world to Infosys and everybody else, and you see the early people who joined them, or at least the first 10-15% of the people they joined, and they're all millionaires now, or probably billionaires by now. So I think some of these attributes are very core to a startup, and I think ESOPs remain fundamental to a startup. I think startups use ESOP tools to acquire talent, and I think the potential employees should look at ESOPs as very serious commitment, as a responsibility to ensure that the startup is successful. And ESOPs, I think, as far as the ESOP dishing out process is concerned, it's a full-scale process. You have to see the tax structure of a particular country, or the local tax structures, fair market value of a share being given out. And I think ideally, when you're getting into a startup which wants to dole out ESOPs, you should hire an external consultant. That's what we do, to do the paperwork right, ensure the subscribers of that ESOPs are fully aware of what they are subscribing into. So it is basically nothing but a commitment bond which is encashable at a later stage of life into value, which the company and the stakeholders have created together.